The Navy basically told her, you know, you'd be helping the war a lot more, little lady, if you got out and sold war bonds rather than sat around trying to invent new kinds of torpedoes. Leave that to the experts. Get out there and raise money.
You don't get to be Heddy Lamarr and smart. No. No.
I worked for the government at the bond tour.
Really? How? And
by appearing, by dancing with these people.
Hedy used to go to the Hollywood canteen and entertain the troops.
Heddy Lamarr hands out autographs.
She was not yet an American citizen, and she was there working on behalf of the United States and its soldiers every night, as often as she could be. It's a great thing, really.
Hedy sold something like $25 million worth of war bonds, which, if you translate that into modern dollars, comes out around $343 million worth of war bonds.
To be told to just raise money for the war is unfortunate. That was the way that people thought that she would do good in the best way within her realm of capabilities.
F-35, somebody have it? I got it. Go ahead.
Like, go and sell a kiss to a strange man. Maybe she would have felt a little bit better about her accomplishments if she received recognition for her intellect.
Will you get used to it?
I don't want to get used to it. I have my own life. My own life.
I heard that she was a scientist. So is this true?
Within the nerd community at Google, Heddy Lamarr was this beloved figure. For me, she is this perfect underdog, like crime fighter by night story, because she lived this life of great accomplishments and people didn't really know about it.
I remember sitting up in a bare attic with my mother. She said, look, I got a patent. You got a patent, Mom? Yeah. You invented something? Yeah. I invented a secret communication system. Look. And today we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. That's my mother's technology.
Inventing was her hobby. She not only had a complete inventing table set up in her house, but Howard Hughes gave her a small version of the set of equipment, which she had in the trailer where she stayed in between takes in her motion pictures.
When Hedy first met Howard Hughes, he was dating every Hollywood star, and she did date him.
Howard Hughes, of course, was a great airplane designer, so probably they had a compatible spirit with one another.
It was definitely cerebral, because she said he was the worst lover she ever had.
Howard Hughes wanted to build the fastest planes in the world so he could sell them to the Air Force.
She was fascinated by his mind and his factories, and she wanted to go and see where everything was being made and built, and she met all the scientists. He said to her, anything you want my scientists to do for you, just ask them, and they will do it.
He relied on me. I thought the aeroplanes were too slow. I decided that's not right. They shouldn't be square, the wings. So I bought a book of fish, and I bought a book of birds, and then used the fastest bird connected it with the fastest fish, and I drew it together and showed it to Howard Hughes, and they said, you're a genius. And
you did?
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange person that was, very brilliant, but very misunderstood as well.
She invented, during that period, a tablet that would fizz up and make a cola.
I had two chemists Howard Hughes gave me to do that. You know, during the war, nobody had Coca-Cola, and I wanted to compress it into a tube so that servicemen and factory people, all they had to have is water and put it in. But I didn't realize that every state has different strengths of water. So it dissolved on the bottom, on top, in the middle. That was one of my boo-boos. I didn't do that right. But I don't have to work on ideas. They come naturally. I mean, they shot the torpedoes in all directions. They never hit the target, so I invented something that does. I mean, I can't explain. I have an inventive mind.
I think Hedy got her idea from a curious coincidence that in 1939, the Philco Radio Company produced a new top-of-the-line remote control.
There's a new gadget just out, see? You dial your station here, and you hear it over there.
Well, where are the wires?
There ain't no wires. That's the trick.
We know Hedy was interested in the remote control and how it worked because the device is sketched in the invention notebooks.
And here is all the evidence of my mother's invention. What's this? She dialed in a radio station, and she said, if we hop around frequencies, just like I'm hopping around radio stations on this dialer, when I transmit this information to the torpedo, we can make it totally secret. So the Philco magic box probably inspired the whole thing.
The fact that she understands this frequency component of the signal and how that changes is, I mean, genius in a way.